Hey Jeff,
Hey Nick.
how's it going?
Pretty good. How
That's
are you?
good. It's never been better. Okay, today I really want to talk about kind of the book that is intended to learn how to speak English in Korea. Do you think books are good to improve English speaking skill?
Not necessarily like speaking. I think books are really good for increasing vocabulary.
Okay, these are the books that I bought at the bookstore where you can see everywhere in Korea. Look at this book. This book is kind of was considered one of the best books in Korea.
Okay.
From a YouTuber that I kind of subscribed. This book is kind of the expression or kind of the slang or idiom the real foreigner, the real American used.
Okay.
So that's why I'm gonna be kind of testing you.
Great. Perfect.
Okay, for example, I learned expression feeling the pinch. Have you heard of it before? Feeling the pinch.
No. What does that mean?
Hey, this book says real foreigner used.
I'm 36 years old. I've
Where
heard.
from?
I'm from the United States. I have never heard anyone say "feeling the pinch."
Okay, anyway, if you don't know about these expressions, maybe I can explain about it
Okay.
using my own words.
All right.
For example, nowadays, because of the coronavirus, I got laid off from my jobs. That's why I don't have enough money to live on my life.
Right.
That's why I was really worried about or thinking of how could I make some money right now. Can you get it?
Yeah. In fact, I would say that's probably the best thing to say instead of saying "feeling the pinch."
But even though you're 14, you never heard of it before, right?
I've never heard anyone say "feeling the pinch."
But for me, I'm a Korean. That's why I think every time I always I always believed and trust this is really a useful expression for foreigners that I met everywhere.
When you explained it using your own words, it's more effective. The reason it's more effective is because you have to understand English is not the same everywhere. English in America, the expressions, some of the vocabulary, some of the slang we use in America is going to be different from Australia. And that's going to be different from England. And that's going to be different from Scotland. And that's going to be different from South Africa. And all that stuff, right?
So you mean that there are a lot of different kinds of slangs or idioms in every continent, right?
Yeah, and not even every continent. In the United States, it's a big country, much bigger than a lot of other English-speaking countries, right?
Come think of it. The soda. So the other foreigner that I met before, she said to me the other words, easy drink.
Right.
It's kind of it.
Exactly. So, because I'm from California, maybe that expression is not something we say in California, but maybe it's something they say in different parts of the United States, and I just don't know.
Feeling the pinch?
Yeah.
Okay. The other one, the words that I want to test him, peas in a pot.
Peas in a pod.
Peas in a pot.
Okay. Yes.
Did I say correctly?
Yeah, peas in a pod.
But for me, I'm not a native speaker. Is it called slang or idioms? Or something
I would
like
say
that?
that's more like an idiom.
Idioms? Well, anyway, so for me, now that I'm Korean, I can't understand a lot. If I wanted to say this kind of expression to foreigner, maybe I would say they are kind of really similar in a lot of everything. For example, they look similar in their character or their personality. Anyway, almost same, and they have a lot in common or something in common. Do you think it's the piece in the pot equal the things that I said? You think?
It's very similar, not 100%. Usually when we say, also it's not just peas in a pod, that's not enough. We say these two people are like peas in a pod, or these two people go together like peas in a pod. That's the full expression. But usually when we say that, it's two people who get along very well. Two people who are like really good friends and they never separate. They're like best friends. So you and your best friend, you get along really well. You are like two peas in a pod.
You mean that this expression could be used a lot, kind of the context, right?
Yeah. But it's mostly used when we're talking about two people who get along very well.
Do you think we're peas in a pot?
No.
Okay. Okay, at this video, so I want you to, especially for my students, not just memorizing this book, I want you to use your own words.
Exactly. Using your own words, that's the best way to do it because some of those expressions are not going to be useful in other countries.
Okay, and then the last one, so I think everyone doesn't have to be kind of the native speaker or 교포.
Right.
교포. Okay? Because for me, that I'm Korean, so I also use the words that I know to him. And then I think it's my English speaking skill getting better if I studied a lot.
Right.
So which means that maybe my English speaking skill getting better gradually.
Hmm.
Do you
The
agree with
more
that?
you use it, the better you will get.
Oh, thank you.
Exactly.
So, how you say goodbye?
Thanks for watching the video.
Okay.
If you like what you saw, please follow us
Okay,
and
see you.
subscribe. Bye.
Bye.